All right. Hello, everyone. Today's video, I want to talk about moving the body as one single unit in order to amplify energy for power. Now, in order to do this, though, before we get started, knife throwing is a dangerous activity. So if you do this, you are doing so at your own risk. All right, now let's get into it. So, moving your body as one unit is one way to move everything in such a manner that energy is efficiently applied into an object and any stress or strain is evenly distributed across your joints. So overall, if you do this properly, you're going to feel relatively relaxed and like it's not a strain to do any action in general. After I talk about this, try applying the same concept to a push-up and see if suddenly it feels easier if you're interested in trying it out. Don't hurt yourself though. Okay, remember, anything you do here, you do so at your own risk. I'll try to push up later on. But anyways, let's talk about this. So think about gears, right? In your old style wristwatch, you have those little gears, right, that turn the minute hand, the hour hand, the second hand. They all work together. Well, let's think of having gears in our wrist, elbow, and shoulder. If we have two gears at the wrist, one that allows us to turn our hand up and down, or wrist up and down, the other to turn right and left. Your elbow has only one gear, and it's powered by your tricep and your biceps. Okay, so it does this, up and down. If you want to make it go left and right, you got to turn this gear on its side and use your bicep and tricep to move as well. Those of you, sidetrack here, those of you experiencing elbow pain on the inside, for example, chances are you're not using this gear properly. If you're throwing like this and you find your arm moving like this, here's what you want to understand. Where are your biceps and triceps? Up here, down here. If I pull, it moves this way. If I pull the tricep, it moves this way. This is a efficient, natural motion of your elbow, not this. Doing this, you're utilizing a small muscle on your inner elbow to maintain this shape or pull down, and you're rotating at your shoulder. This puts a strain on this gear here because it's moving in the wrong direction. That's likely one of the reasons you're experiencing elbow pain, and it can happen if you're throwing and you're not following through properly. So how do you avoid this instead? Well, you need to find a way to bring this elbow forward so now you can properly use your tricep to utilize this gear and send the object in the same motion going from back here to here. Okay, back on topic. You have two gears at your shoulder. You have one gear here that turns to bring your arm out. You have one gear this way that pulls or brings your arm forward, right, and back. And the biggest, most powerful gear of all, your spine, connected to your hips or your waist. Okay. Now this is important, so I'm going to talk about how to access the power in your spine. If you are slouching or hunched, you're cutting off the energy. One, you're compressing in certain areas and you're over decompressing in other areas. If you try to rotate as fast as you can, you're going to feel pain and strain on your lower back or mid back at doing this. That's not good. Plus, you're squishing your organs. If you try to stand up straight though, and by puffing out your chest and pulling out back your shoulders, one or the other or both, well, now you're contracting your back muscles. If you try to turn and use energy, your back muscle is going to zap that energy. It's going to steal that energy as the energy travels through to the knife. That's not efficient, right? And finally, the third issue, or the third thing that takes away proper use of your spine, the laptop neck or the cell phone neck, right? Even if you stand with your back straight, spine straight, the fact that your head is so far out here, if you turn, this is weight that's off balance. And if you turn too much, your back is going to start acting up to maintain stability of the rest of the body. Your back, some of your core, not to mention you're putting strain right here because it's trying to hold it and pull it back in. Not good. So how do you straighten up your spine and decompress efficiently? Well, from the left to the right, the center of your neck is here. Draw a line straight through in your mind. Imagine a straight line going through the neck. Okay? From the front to the back, you have the middle point of your neck here. Draw a line going straight through that side. You have two lines that when you draw a straight line, they're going to cross somewhere inside your neck. Imagine where that is. It should be basically right in front of the spine, maybe a little bit inside of it, but wherever it is, where that point where it crosses, now go straight up through your skull. Okay? Notice it's not the center of your skull, it's just where the center of the neck is. The central part of the neck is through the skull. From there, imagine a string is attached there like you're a marionette, and it's pulling you straight up. Okay? It's pulling you straight up. Straight, 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 straight. Your knees are locked straight right now. Okay? But your shoulders, relax them. Now, suddenly imagine the marionette kind of just barely by 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters lets you down. Your knees should be bending, right? And the weight on your foot might be going all over the place. You want it to go, I don't know if you can see it here. I'm going to try to show you my foot. The ball of your foot is here. The heel is here. Maybe half an inch to 1 inch before the ball and go straight to the center, right? If I try to use my hand as an example, here's the ball of your foot, here's the heel. Go maybe a half inch to an inch back and then to the center of the foot, of that part of the foot. You want to put the weight on there on both of the foot. So as you settle down, try to have it so that your weight is there. And to do so, you're just going to kind of like let your hips float over that area. Don't push it forward, don't push it back. Just let it kind of float in place and move in. So the weight's going to be kind of there. It might be kind of more towards a little bit further back towards the arch. That's fine. But the idea is once you do it, you're going to find that suddenly it's like your spine's floating. And the joints are like very nice and smooth, right? As if it's well lubricated with WD-40. Okay? Now from there, your spine is straight and it's decompressed. Now you can turn efficiently and you're good to go. Now, let's put it all together so we can move the whole body as one unit. By that, you don't turn one part of the body and then the other. You don't turn one part of the body and then the other. You turn both at the exact same time. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to isolate my hip rotation right now. This is just the hips. And now this is just the tricep. I'm going to do both at the exact same time as I throw. It looks mechanical. Okay? It looks mechanical. But it also feels very easy, very little strain, but it contains a lot of power. It's a little dark, so I don't know if you can see. But there's a lot of power in the throw, and it feels very, very relaxed. Oops. Oh, that's a first. All right, well, we'll call it a day. It looks like the hook broke apart. Well, I'll talk a little bit more about this next time, but go ahead and take the concept of moving the body as one unit. And remember, you do this at your own risk, but if you feel like you're up to it, try to do a push-up if you're able to, and then try, do your push-up normally, and then try doing it with the idea of moving all gears at one go. Just mentally focus on that. Move all gears in one go. Your shoulder, your tricep, your wrist to push up, and see how that feels. Anyways, have fun with that. Play safe. I'll talk to you next time.